Well, I'm not sure if the dust has settled yet. Today we witnessed the best game so far in CHAN 2024, if not the best. Welcome to CHAN 24, the analysis show. My name is Robinson Okenye. The adrenaline is still pumping from that 1-1 draw that we witnessed at the Kasarani Stadium between the national football team, Harambee Stars, and Angola. And remember, for more than 70 minutes, Kenya had to play with one man less. But they managed to grind out a 1-1 draw, something that is very commendable. That forms the basis of our discussion tonight. I'm not alone in studio. I'm with Cedric Musumba and Roger Sishtemi. They will be breaking it down for us on what happened on that tie between Kenya and Angola. Also, we'll get to listen into what Coach McCarthy has to say about the draw that his charges managed to grind out. I mean, we are not alone. We are also joined with Hassan Juma and Daniel Kariuki. Good evening, Hassan and Daniel.
Good evening, Robbie. Of course, Harambee Stars shared the spoils against Angola in a 1-1 draw at the Moi Sports Center, Kasarani. And tonight you were asking me, what did you make of that performance? 1-1 draw. Kenya 1, Angola 1. What do you make of that scoreline? Talk to us on 22151. That's a free SMS line, 22151. Yani sema nasi baada sare ya moja kwa moja kati ya Harambee Stars na Angola. Tuma ujumbe mfupi ambao ni bure bilashi kwa nambari 22151. Waswahili wanasema Angola wametolewa tonge mdomoni, manake nusura waponyoke na alama 3, lakini mambo hayakuwa hivyo. 30 seconds. Maneno yakakuwa tofauti. Hata ni mwana kichwa.
Nakwambia mpira huwa very interesting wanasema. Na ulivyouliza swali pia kwenye mtandao wa WhatsApp. WhatsApp 0759 alafu 434 389 0759434389. Pale uzungumze nasi, tueleze maoni yako kuhusiana na mechi ya Harambee Stars dhidi ya Angola pale ugani Kasarani, ambapo kweli wa Kenya wameonekana kufurahia sana. Utatueleza maoni yako kuhusiana na mechi hiyo, umeona imekuwa vipi? Hata matukio ambayo yamefanyika pale. Tueleze
matokeo na matukio.
Unaweza zungumza nasi, utueleze pia unatazama ukiwa wapi, alafu tutakuwa tukizipunguza tukinafasika.
Ndio kazi yetu. Robbie.
Well, of course, thank you very much, Hassan Juma and Daniel Kariuki. Will be getting back to you in a bit to give us feedback on what Kenyans are saying in regards to the performance by the national football team. Harambee Stars 1-1 draw against Angola at the Kasarani Stadium. And if you happened to miss the goals from that match, the goals were scored in the first half. Let's first take a look at the highlights. Austin Odhiambo, the man who scored at the level for Kenya from the spot. I want us to get into that conversation, and I want to begin with Rogers Sishtemi. Austin Odhiambo has proven to be the star boy for the national football team Harambee Stars.
I think right now he's the man that always understanding how to handle pressure, because taking that penalty after just the percent he has given Angola the lead, it tells that this player has actually matured, and right now, all hopes for Kenyans are on Austin Odhiambo, and he hasn't disappointed so far. Even after that tactical change by the coach, fans were like, why are you taking me off? But, it was just because they've already been reduced to one man less after Marvin Abiru was sent off. But I feel Austin Odhiambo will remain the person who will try to make things happen for Kenya, because you see, our strikers are not trying to create those chances, but now it's forcing Austin to go into those deep zones so that he can also create chances and try to score for himself. So I feel he's the right person at the right moment and the right place for Kenya as the tournament progresses.
Yes, Austin Odhiambo, the star boy for the national football team Harambee Stars. Everybody's looking forward to him, and definitely, Cedric, when we were analyzing, previewing this game yesterday, we spoke about Austin Odhiambo. You spoke about him, and you said that, for Austin, it's up to him to find those spaces and create something. And that is what he did today. I don't know if he listened to you.
I think he, as Sishtemi has just likely put it, he knows actually how to maneuver around that particular pitch, and he has come of age. He knows how bring that pressure down and how to move ball around, finding those particular spaces. Also holding on ball too much so that he can invite opponent before he gives away the killer pass. And if you see how he can play, he's the only player in that particular field that was drawing down the tempo that Angola had come up with. If at all he wouldn't actually be hanging around with that particular ball and moving it around, I think there would have been too much pressure, more than what we have just experienced on the Kenyan side. But Austin, the presence of Austin in that particular midfield, he tried actually to disorganize the Angolan and try to kill the Angolan movement that could have actually been culminated to a lot of pressure on the side of me. And you see, after even conceding, if you look at that particular permutation of that particular match, it's only Austin Odhiambo who carried the ball into Angola 6-yard box that resulted to a penalty. The only shot that has made Kenyan proud. If not him present in that particular pitch, maybe we would be talking otherwise.
And you know what even makes me like him so much is that is his ability to hold on that ball when it matters most. Because you saw against in the first match against DR Congo, he held on to that ball, drove his opponent into the box, and then finally unleashed that shot. Today he did the same. He actually was aiming to do a similar thing. Fortunately, he earned the penalty.
Fortunately, he earned the penalty. Now, Hassan Juma and Daniel Kariuki, what are Kenyans saying about today's performance from the national team?
Let me go through some of your messages here, because we asked you, what do you make of that 1-1 draw between Kenya and Angola? Bwana Hassan, wajua sisi wa Kenya tumeonewa sana, lakini
soma vile amesema Bwana
Hassan. Wajua sisi wa Kenya tumeonewa sana, lakini hata tukikataliwa na majirani, huku ni Kenya, ni Masinde kutoka Soe kwa Jemru za usio. Bado sielewi mbona goal ya Angola ilikuwa disallowed. Can you explain? Of course, because of VAR, also.
Yeah, VAR ilisema alikuwa ameotea.
Wazungu wanasema it was marginally offside. Sasa nimejaribu
kuiweka inavyofaa.
Ukiangalia alikuwa offside, na alikuwa amejenga nyumba kibanda ambacho kwa eneo la wenyewe, sio kwa hivyo alikuwa offside. Emmanuel kutoka Meru, we shall reach finally.
Ya reach ni
hii reach ni ile
ya chums.
Yes, kila mtu
sasa hii wana 500,000
kila mtu
kutokana na draw.
Ibrahim Ojido kutoka Migori nasema kuwa tunafurahia comeback ya Kenya sana sana. Sijui watu wanasemaje huko kwako?
John Opio hapa nasoma Facebook kwenye mtandao wa Facebook Standard Digital. Tumekuuliza swali hilo pale pia. John Opio anasema our goalkeeper was man of the match today. The number of shots he saved were amazing. I almost collapsed when Angola scored their offside goal. Christopher Masinga anasema appeal for Angola. Second goal was real. Nadhani walikuwa wamefunga bao nzuri licha ya kweli ilikuwa offside. Nancy Muthiani Musani anasema bravo, good. Angola couldn't penetrate 10 men. Robert Rotich, Kenyan goalkeeper, is among the best in the world. Nafikiria amepiga kazi safi. Alafu nisome nyingine kwenye Facebook bado. Amos Omondi, a superb performance by our boys. I know, I expect namna hii
kwa WhatsApp
niingie kwenye WhatsApp moja kwa moja. WhatsApp wanasemaje? WhatsApp kuna good evening, I'm Clinton from Eldoret. I'm so happy with how the boys have played despite having a red card. Kudos to the boys. Hello KTN sports team, I'm so happy we drew today. Will Kenya be guaranteed quarter-final slot if draw with Morocco and win against Zambia? That's Anthony from Runda anauliza, na nafikiri itakuwa sawa. Wakipata draw na Morocco, pige Zambia, ni moja kwa moja round of 16. Alafu kuna good evening, huyu anasema it's good performance. Had Kenya played with 11 players, they would have lost the match. Since they were in slumberland at the back until when red card was given, they woke up to a serious defense. Huyo ni John Kapsabet. Na labda nisome nyingine. I'm Dalmas Odhiambo from Awendo. Let me congratulate our team Kenya, but our midfield was not so good. But I really appreciate our defense, the way they have played today. Na pia anasema congratulations kwao. Huyo ni Dalmas Odhiambo akiwa kule Awendo.
Robbie Rogers Stemi na Cedric Musumba.
Yes, of course, those are some of the views of Kenyans on that 1-1 draw between Kenya and Angola at Kasarani. But now there was one significant incident in today's game. Marvin Nabwire sent off for what most people feel should not have been a red card. Now, before we get into that conversation, let's first check it out. Should it have been a red card or not? And then we get into that conversation.
But there's always contact when the players come to the ball, and sometimes it veers off the ball itself. It goes onto the body as well. Well, VAR check is complete. And Mr. Rahamu will announce the decision after the VAR check. I'm not sure what he said, but it could be a simulation here. Or could it be? Or maybe the yellow card was probably given to the wrong person. I am trying to find out what is being said here. It's a red card for Marvin Nabwire. The VAR check confirming that this was a goal-scoring opportunity and a deliberate foul from behind. The man
Marvin Nabwire sent off as Kenya held Angola in Chan, their second match of the tournament. Remember, you can be part of the show. You can call in and give us your views. The number to call is at the bottom end of your screen. Give us your views on what you felt or what you think about that outcome from today's 1-1 draw between Kenya and Angola. And I want us to get into that conversation. Should it have been a red card? Cedric Musumba, you watched this game and I know you were looking at it keenly. Should it have stood as a red card?
Yep. Tactically, if you look at it, there was no any other Kenyan player between the stick.
There was one.
There was only goalkeeper.
There was one player.
No, there wasn't behind that particular, the 6-yard box, there was no Kenyan there.
Sure
Kenyans were far from the flank.
There was one player.
You can rerun it and see there. There were no Kenyan player apart from the goalkeeper. The Kenyans that were running back, they were running from the flanks. The one that were at the center were the Angolan. So it was a clear kind of denying the Angolan chance to put that ball behind the net. And you deny such kind of a player putting it behind the net, it results to a red card. That's a clear red card. There was nothing actually to argue about it. Because if at all, the Kenyans could have the one that was standing into the box, that could have actually bring in different kind of permutation and argument here and there. But necessarily, if not him being brought down by Marvin, he could have scored. And I think I will still give credit to Marvin. Quick thinking that has kept Kenya into this particular game. If it is not that red card, maybe Angola would have gone ahead and gave us 2 goals, which would have been a tussle order for Kenya to climb. But and again, him picking that red card that has resulted to Kenya coming out of this contention with a draw has earned Kenya a point, which and again to me, it was kind of a marvelous kind of ingenious kind of thinking for a team that was really sitting back, waiting for Angola to attack.
Shtemi, what did you make of that red card? Most people feel, or most fans feel, that it was too harsh for Marvin.
No, tactically and following the rules, that's why red card, because what Cedric has spoken is indeed true, because he denied Palencio the scoring opportunity. And, you know, it was just a matter if Palencio would have driven into the box, definitely the ball would have been him for the goal for him to lose. But also here we need to give credit to Marvin because he's the unsung hero in this game. Unfortunately, if he wouldn't have done like that, definitely we'll be speaking totally about different things. And after that incident, you saw now the Kenyans recomposed themselves, they regrouped and try now to try and play the game. Of course, playing one man less, give them more motivation, knowing that indeed, if we continue pushing like this, we can get something from this. So, and also it forced the coach to come with more substitutes that try to strengthen the team. So I think Marvin's decision, that was kudos for him. Of course, he'll miss the Morocco game, but he's likely to come back against Zambia.
Yes, Marvin Nabwire sent off against Angola on the 21st minute. So right about now, let's listen in to what the head coach of Harambee Stars, McCarthy, had to say after full time.
Compliment the players for the effort, the hard work. It was not easy because I said yesterday in the post-match that Angola is a team who manage the ball very well. They move. They keep you honest. So I think if we organize in defense and we make it difficult, we'll have some joy in behind because they really do push high. And unfortunately, we found ourselves very early, goal down and a player down as well. So it wasn't ideal. And you really have to think outside the box, and you have to think how you're gonna keep still the function of the team, so that you can still be positive and try and make a game of it. But I'm just excited. I'm just happy for the players that they weren't denied all the hard work they've done to go so early down, a man down, and they fought, they showed resilience, and hopefully the fans could be happy with what they saw. They saw a team that will fight till the last minute, you know. And for next, now we turn our attention to our next match, and hopefully we cut out all the mistakes, because the mistakes is what's costing us. We cause ourselves a lot of pain because, you know, I know it's players to still get nervous now. I understand the occasion is big, but I think it's players now, you have to take control, and you can't still be nervous. And our team, again, first half, we looked extremely nervous. Second half, everyone calms down, and then you play accordingly. But football, you can't play 45 minutes, and then the other 45 minutes you don't play, because that's why the levels are completely different, you know? So, but I'm happy for the team. I don't look happy, but I am happy. I'm just tired. I'm just exhausted.
Thank you, Coach. So, yeah, for the first question.
Benny McCarthy is saying that he's very tired, and of course, despite him not looking happy, he's really, really happy for the boys for getting that 1-1 draw against Angola. And Cedric, something that McCarthy has mentioned is that the first half, there was a lot of tension from the boys, that they could not, you know, move the game the way he wanted them to.
Yeah, they were so nervy. They couldn't actually settle in the ball. And McCarthy says there clearly, there was no any other style actually to play in this particular ball. Given to the SS1, he has not actually had kind of preparation to know how to play this play in such kind of magnitude, high pressure magnitude ball like what they have experienced. And more so coming in and getting red card at the early stage of the game disoriented everything. So what they just needed to, you could even see them, they were just going for safety. Any given time they could settle on they couldn't settle on the ball. Sometimes they were pushing ball out of place, not necessarily knowing very well that putting ball out of place like giving away possession, which, and again, you are really literally preparing your opponent to reorganize themselves and start building upcoming. There was no building from back that we have associated the Kenyan style with. There was no any urgency of trying to drive that ball to the box. And more so, for the first time ever in the Kenyan history, I'm not seeing balls actually being driven from flank, trying to find any pinpoint at the center half of the Kenyan team, which tells a story that Kenya does not have a clearly number 9. They actually have come blunt on their flank to an extent that no one can drive those balls and bring crosses. Even their wing back, they are not traveling up front to try to bring those particular balls. So the mentality of defensive that has actually made this particular Kenya team is what McCarthy need now, moving deep into this tournament, need to start thinking about. Will we be continuing playing a defensive kind of style moving deep into? Remember, there are some teams who knows how to unlock such kind of defense. You sit back, they can actually unlock you by long range. I remember watching Africa Cup of Nations that was in Egypt. Mali, those youngsters, they could actually unlock defensive-minded team from long range. The likes of Mamadou Haidara, if you remember, there were goals that we used to call magnificent goals. So as if Kenya continues sitting back and thinking that out of the 6 chances they create, they will continue scoring 1 goal and defending to the latter, that is inviting a problem on our end. McCarthy needs to start thinking about how to reignite the midfield, how that midfield will transit into the little wing back that will, and again, if not trying to find their center position, center halfway player, they drive in and try to find the target. That's how we're gonna surge deep into the tournament in a style and maybe start celebrating our style of play.
I want us to take a short break. When we come back, Of course, Hassan Juma as well as Daniel Kariuki will be giving us views from Kenyans on what they think or what their thoughts are on that draw between Kenya and Angola. Also, Roger Zeshtemi will be telling us why the 12th man played a big role in Kenya's draw against Angola. That will be after the break.
Naam, karibu tena mpenzi mteule wa makala haya ya Chan 24. Mitandaoni kuna kuja kufungamana na matokeo ya leo, manake timu ya taifa Harambee Stars kutoka sare ya kufungana bao 1-1 dhidi ya Angola katika mtanange wao wa pili hii leo. Joseph Muleke, manake tumekuuliza katika mtandao, what did you make of that scoreline? Hisia zako baada ya sare hiyo. Joseph Muleke anasemaje? Anasema Angola was not an easy team. Our goalkeeper has saved us the shame and made us proud. Congratulations to him. Nipitie baadhi ya rafa zenu hapa. Good job Harambee Stars. Mwingine anasema Harambee Stars wamejaribu but wakiimprove midfield na defense mambo yatakuwa sawa kabisa. Mwingine anasema kudos to the Harambee Stars. Harambee Stars defenders really played a nice game after the red card. Kudos to Owino and Omija. Kenya played nafikiri nasema kulikuwa na uchovu kwa mepitia ujumbe huo. Kuna jumbe zote
kwenye WhatsApp. Kwenye WhatsApp niangalie baadhi ya wale ambao wanazungumza nasi. Congratulations Harambee Stars for the good work, determination and teamwork spirit. Keep going. We are behind you. Let's Kenya have unity not only in sports, even in politics. God bless. This is Dr. Elliot from Bumayange, Tiriki, Vihiga County. Hi, Angola wangetupiga, wangetoka. Na pia mkumbuke Sesco to Manchester United. Huyo hajasema jina. Wow, congratulations Team Kenya. I do salute Odhiambo for his magic display. Hiyo offside sijaelewa hadi saa hii. Nafikiria Robi wanazungumza na Sedo na pia Eshtemi. Mchungani from Kangemi. Angola has a strong team, but at least Harambee Stars have tried even after the red card rather. The next match with Morocco will not be easy, so Harambee should try to pull up their socks. Pius Kamuti, Mnyao, Dar es Salaam. Anafuatilia kipindi kila siku kutoka Dar es Salaam. Alafu mimi ni Fidel kutoka Kisumu. Mimi Kenya si pingi, hapa tumepata kuwa changanya.
Moses Karani anasema great show of resilience. Mr. President should just give the players 1 million shillings. Hello, naomba na simu. Moses. Hello Moses. Emmanuel Kunradi Emmanuel.
Yes brother Juma.
Vipi bana, uko sawa?
Sina neno.
Majina ni Emmanuel nani?
Mimi ni Keringete Emmanuel, niko Kitale. I am so grateful for what has been done by the Kenyan team. Wamefanya kazi mzuri sana, kazi kuntu. And as a Kenyan, I am so much grateful. The only thing that I can maybe say ni kwamba Wakenya wanafaa watilie maanani sana, especially the coach anafaa atilie maanani the midfield, because I saw that was where there was a weakness, a slight weakness. And then another thing that I noticed about the Kenyan team ni kwamba baada ya the red card that was awarded to that player, kidogo it kind of disoriented generally game ya Kenya, but we were on the right track.
Asante ni Emmanuel kutoka Kitale. Robi, umesikia Emmanuel, tuangalie sana hapo midfield tuangalie sana midfield. Robi,
niangalie midfield. I wish ningeweza kuangalia midfield, lakini mimi ni Robi na sio McCarthy. Well, of course, hopefully McCarthy has had that. to that conversation on what McCarthy said before we went on a break, saying that, they started the game, very tense, but as the game grew, they also grew into the game. And then there was that red card that, destabilized the team. But he's very happy that they managed to grind out a 1-1 draw against Angola. And Eshtemi, aside from what happened on the pitch, the 12th man played a very, very big role in making sure that Harambee Stars drowned out that one.
I'm pretty sure they left off the happiest lot because remember, I can't remember the last time Harambee Stars fans tried to rally behind their team like this, knowing exactly the team is playing one man less, but that push that they gave to the team was just phenomenal. And I think it's based on the reason that this team also did have one of the best pre-tournament preparation. You remember the team was supposed to go to Tanzania and then they came back. After that, they never played high-profile friendlies. So even for McCarthy himself, he's trying to win the trust of the Kenyans. He had already done that when Harambee Stars played against Gabon in the World Cup qualifiers, and that they already saw that indeed this coach has something to build this team, and this, with him around, maybe Kenyan can dare dream to play against the best team in the world and also maybe to produce good results. For McCarthy already, he knows that indeed getting 4 points already against the teams that have always been playing at this competition. Angola have been there 5 times and then 2 times champions, that is DR Congo. Already fans know that this ours to lose. We can go as deep as possible if you continue giving that extra push to the team. And some of the players are closely related with the fans, like Austin Odhiambo and then the likes of Alpha. These are the players that fans get used to them. They have seen them playing in the FKFPL, and they're like, if continue giving the support, definitely they'll give us the results we want. So for McCarthy, he's definitely one of the people that Kenyans will continue singing and praising as the tournament progresses.
Yes, of course, that is one of the things that we are looking at. But Cedric, again, it's tough luck to the Palancas Negras of Angola. They thought they had won it at death. They had gotten their first 3 points, but it wasn't the case.
Absolutely, it has been the better team actually in the 2 matches that they have played. They are guys that who are strong on the ball. They know they play with their purpose. They move ball around. Actually, they are just good on eye. And even me watching them against Kenya, I'm a Kenyan, but I would still love their kind of play. They were pressing Kenya into their own half. They were looking for their purposeful kind of runs that can really create them meet the 6-yard box, which necessarily could actually find somebody find a ball in that particular space and tap in. And again, the luck has not been their side. Creating 26 chances against a team of Kenya is not quite easy. A team that is sitting back, just waiting for you to come and creating and trying to lodge whatever opportunity that is really necessary. And you could see even in a material kind nature of soccer, all of their soccer departments were working. If they were falling back, they were settled enough down very well. They would actually build their game all the way from defense. Their midfield was quite oil. It reminded me of the Gilberto Africa Cup of Nations. I think this was his space now even to shine more better, because he was strong on the ball. He could move that ball around. He could look for the likes of Pacienta, the one that scored their goal. And this is the Angola that everyone back at home is just ruining the chances that they have actually been creating without putting a goal behind the net. And I think right now, going forward, they'll just have to change their tactic. Because you can't be playing beautiful soccer, but you are not winning. You can't be dominating. Against Morocco, they dominated possession, but they ended up losing. Yes. Against Kenya, they were weighing 71% possession, dominating everything in each and every department, but they have only picked a point. So it's quite disappointing to Angolan coach and the technical bench that you have brought a team in Kenya that is really displaying the kind of soccer that anyone seated around the globe can really watch or get attracted to, but the results are not coming.
At the end of the day, of course, it's the results that matter. So let's cross over to Hassan Juma. What are Kenyans saying?
Catherine, hello, Catherine from Nandi. How's your Nandi?
Hello, Hassan Juma.
Naam, kwema?
Yes, unaongea na Catherine Atala from Nandi.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, ninapongeza sana timu yetu ya Harambee Stars.
Endelea nakusikia, endelea tukusikia.
Ninapongeza sana timu yetu ya Harambee Stars. Alafu ninapongeza coach Ben McCarthy pia pongezi cause anawatia moyo. Alafu ningependa tu kuambia hiyo timu midfield peke yake ndio iko na weakness, but about defense iko sawa. Alafu naona upande wa mashambulizi kama midfield itakuwa sawa, I think tutapata mabao. But the team is good. We thank God the far he has taken us. Na mashabiki pongezi sana because Kenya ndio tumesaidia, mashabiki wamesaidia hiyo timu kufikia hapo.
Asante Catherine kutoka Nandi. Halo Kitengi. Yes. Halo Kitengi.
Asante.
Malindi kukoje bwana?
Malindi kuko sawa, sisi hapa tusikia raha, tumepiga fujo.
Matokeo umeridhishwa na sare ya kufungana moja kwa moja na Angola?
Sawa, hiyo moja kwa moja, lakini Kenya ni wakali, sisi ni wakali. Watu wasema midfield, watu wasema nini. Lakini kumbuka tuliko chini mtu mmoja Hassan. Sisi hapa Malindi tumesikia raha tukicha kiboli Hassan. Si kama unaelewa? Sasa lakini kusema Kenya ndio kusema ati Kenya tuko midfield, tuko weak, tuko nini? Mimi naona timu hii ya Kenya ni wakali. Hata tunaweza chukua World Cup sisi. Maana hawa vijana wamecheza ile yao yote, wamechoka. Mtu mmoja yuko chini, wamecheza ile tena ikianza. Hasa ni sioelewa hapo. Lakini ile kitu mimi sielewa hasa nitakwambia ukweli, ni offside. Lakini bado pia najivunia kwa Kenya. Maana ile offside imechezwa kama Wakenya. Kama vile sisi tunajua hata kama sisi kuna wakubwa gani wamechezea game, lakini mimi nimesherehekea hivyo sisi ni wa Kenya.
Asante sana. Asante kwa Kitengi huyo kutoka Malindi.
Asante sana kutoka pwani ya Kenya. Good evening, mimi niko Pipeline. Thanks so much kwa Harambee Stars. Kama wewe ni Mkenya, support Kenya. Robert Mwanzi wa Village Market, usiku mwema. Wachanganuzi wa soka waliokwenda skuli, niko pamoja na Mwasi Kitoko, Snyder Nefi. Bila shaka Harambee Stars kuata alama wakiwa watu nadhani anataka kusema kupata alama wakiwa watu 10. Hii itawapa motisha na watakwenda mbali. Benedicto Andalo, good evening, mimi niko Pipeline. Thanks so much kwa Harambee Stars. Kama wewe ni Mkenya, support Kenya. Robi, definitely Kenyans have shown support to Harambee Stars. Robinson of Kenya.
Thank you very much, Daniel Karuki. I have somebody here asking whether it's the first time you're putting on a half jacket, but nonetheless, we are happy Kenya won. Now, Cedric Musumba, on the final kick of the game, Angola thought they had won it. But thanks to VAR, they were offside.
The beauty of technology, and I think all along we have been talking about match fixing, offside here and there, our referee and the officials actually not manning our field very well, and we have seen it several actually flying on our social media hubs. More so, it has been mad in our league, but now it's in Kenya, and I think after this tournament we need to embrace. Going back to this particular offside, I know many Kenyans will ask their questions of maybe more so Angolan, not even Kenyans. They will ask, why is it that offside, that goal was ruled out? But you see the run that actually the striker, the goal scorer made before he came back to onside. Yes. He actually rotated the Kenyan defense, and by the virtue of rotating the Kenyan defense, by a glimpse he went off the line and then he ran back to the onside. Yes. So when the ball actually was, the time he was meeting the ball, he was onside when he was meeting the ball. But when he was making the run, he went through the offside line. That's how actually came up to it. And even if you draw the VAR, VAR could even show him rotating the defense and coming back to onside, which and again is not allowed in the current kind of modern setup of soccer. You do that, these cameras that actually has been set up in the field in terms of the VAR will arrest you, and your goal, just like it has been done to Angola, will be nullified.
Yes. Eshtemi, which players impressed you the most today?
I think from day one up to right now, central defenders, that is Omija and his partner Oino. Those are the two players who are just playing for the flag and putting their hearts out there because they are only exposed by the defensive midfielders and maybe the other midfielders who are not coming in to assist them to try and shut out for the goalkeeper. And you know, most of the occasion they try to block all those dangerous shots and crosses coming from the opposition side. So if they get support from the other players, definitely it will be a strong team to beat.
Sedo, Mansour has been very phenomenal for this squad.
Yeah, Mansour Okwaro, but there's some element that I've seen. I don't think if Kenya happened even to surge all the way to final, if he has got the particular gas and the nerves and also the body respond well to carry all the way to final.
Still very young.
Yeah, he has been going down, and I think it's matter of fatigue or not actually subjecting his body to that kind of magnitude, kind of ball. Because in each and every glimpse of matches, we saw him in the first match actually waiting, but at some point he was withdrawn. Today has gone down, I think twice, and those are the energy that he needs to require. Maybe it's a lesson also our coach Ben McCarthy need to understand that our team, physical fitness, they need to start hitting the gym where necessary, because it's not only that they will be playing in such kind of spaces. You want to go up to World Cup. Physicality, nature of different type of tournament, more so in the World Cup, is quite higher compared to whatever they are experiencing. Even in Africa Cup of Nations, teams like Ivory Coast, players who are trickling all the way from Europe and what have you, where all the gyms and the physical nature with stuff that has been oiled up by the technology, they will be bringing the massive muscle that is required. So Mansour Okwaro is a good player and is a utility player to an essence. I was so much quite impressed that he can be slotted in just in front of defense.
Yes.
And he does very well. He has saved Kenyans out of a lot of blushes. When Kenya were being attacked to an essence that you could think that they are being scored, he could actually pick that ball from the danger area. He's a player that he's meant to carry this team moving forward, maybe build around a better Kenya moving forward to Africa Cup of Nations come 2027.
I think, Robbie, in addition to that, I feel Mansour, he needs somebody experienced around him, because, you know, if he's going to most of those tackles, maybe somebody else will need to be around him so that he can take for those loose balls. Or if that experienced person goes into the tackle, then Mansour can take the loose ball. It should be like that. Not all tackles he should be going to it. You know, he's still young, he still have the energy. But, you know, some tackles are just tactical. You can get injured into going into those tackles.
Hassan Juma, Wakenya wanasemaje?
Simu kutoka Dennis kutoka Mombasa. Dennis kutoka 001. Result hiyo ulionaje bwana? Kenya 1 Angola 1. Mambo vipi? Bado matumaini hapo ama? Deno?
Na Masani vipi?
Safi sana. Kwema bwana, uko live bwana KTN
Naona live mjomba, naona live bana Nicho nasema tu ni kwamba sisi kama Kenya tumejaribu, yani hakuna cha midfield wala nini, kila mtu amejituma hapo, yani ushaona.
Nipitie jumbe zenu. Hello, ni Sam nikiwa Kibabi. Congrats to our team Harambee Stars. We're going to win this $2.5 million. All the best team Kenya, all the way. All the best and all the way team Kenya. We're going to win. Jumbe nimepitia. Harambee Stars defenders really played a nice game after the red card kudos to Owino and ilikuwa imepitia hiyo. Unajua wote haraka kabla kurudishia
mbili kwa haraka. Good evening, I'm Kevin Chungani from Kangemi. It's a red card because his intention of his or Obwire's legs. Anafikiria kuhusiana na mjadala ambao wamekuwa nao pale. Huyo refa message yake pia sijaelewa. The red card has shown others that we are in for business. That's Collins from Nakuru. Na ya mwisho ni Levi kutoka Migori, fan number 1 wa KTN na Chan 2024 show. Congratulations to our boys Stars. Angola si team hivi. They dominate the game till the end. I think the mentality of our team Kenya was perfect, plus the fans. I'm really happy.
Robbie.
Daniel Kariuki and Hassan Juma. And of course, we are almost coming to the end of the show. Rogers Ishtemi, are we riding our luck? We are not playing, you know, in a way that excites many, but we are grinding out results.
You know, Robbie, in football, we say maybe 2% or 1% is about luck. The rest is what you put onto the pitch and what the coach tells you. But that 1% luck determines a lot, because you can ride on that luck until the end of the tournament. You just win 1-0, penalty, you get a red card, favor goes on your way, and you continue like that. Maybe these Harambee Stars can go all the way to the quarterfinals or maybe the finals, based also on the fact that we are playing at home and the fans are turning in large numbers. The organizers, CAF themselves, will be so happy to see Kenya, Tanzania, or Uganda teams going all the way to the later stages of this tournament.
Sedo, what next for Angola? They're facing DRC and Zambia.
Yeah, I think they are left with 3 matches to go.
2.
2 matches to go, and they have already picked 1 point, which means it's a must win ahead of them. They need actually to go ahead and beat Zambia, and again go and collect 3 points from the DRC, which and again is not a walk in the park. Remember the likes of DRC, what they have just done today. They have recultivated themselves and they realized that being beaten by Kenya should actually not be demonstrated like we're the weakest bit of it, or we are our lowest bit of football points. They have actually picked up their 3 points with two points, and they are moving on to maybe go ahead and reclaim their lost status. Remember, they are 2 times winners in this particular CHAN. Similarly, Zambia, as we speak, their league has been doing wonders. Those players that are here, the likes of Chonga, we have seen them actually, one of the experienced players, the likes of Firi, likes of Bwari, that particular team. They are playing in one of the best league in Africa. And remember Zambia being beamed actually to the rest of the world, and how they have been playing the likes of Cabo Warriors, Dynamo. Those are the teams that they have actually brought in those players that are playing in for Zambia, and the quality that they have is not a team that you can just wash away like that. So Angola, they needed to pick 3 points from Kenya, and I know they knew very well that coming to Kenya they will have 3 points, which has not been the case. So maybe they just need to go ahead, play as they have been playing Kenya, but start finding goals.
Yes. They have to win their next 2 games. Now, after the completion of today's fixture, that was yesterday. So that's Group B. Tanzania has 6 points, Burkina Faso 3, Madagascar 1, Mauritania 1, Central African Republic. But let's take a look at Group A. That is today's fixtures in today's group. And Group A, Kenya, after that draw, goes top of the group with 4 points, followed by Morocco, who have 3, Congo 3, Angola 1, and Zambia yet to get a point. Now, tomorrow, 2 fixtures on the line. 2 fixtures tomorrow. Algeria will be in action, and they will be taking on South Africa, who will be playing their first match of the tournament, and Guinea will be facing Uganda. Those are the fixtures to look forward to tomorrow, and they will be in Group C and not Group D. They will be in Group C and not Group D. Thank you very much, Cedric Musumba, as well as Roger Sishtemi, for giving us insights on what transpired today in that tie between Kenya and Angola that ended in a 1-all draw at the Kasarani Stadium. That is where we wrap it up here. Hassan Juma, Daniel Kariuki, what do you have to say?
For God's sake, let's give Coach Benny the credit. Huyu Bazuu ni kwanzia ameanza kupanga timu vizuri. Let's support him. Tupatane hapo kesho mida ya saa 4 hadi saa 5 katika makala ya Zilizala Viwanjani.
Kesho bado tunaendelea na uchambuzi CHAN 24. Mimi ni Daniel Kariuki, kuwa na usiku mwanana. Shabash.